Hey Warriors, got a quick tip for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about kettlebell swings. Reason I want to cover this today is we use it here at Vinco at least a couple of times a week. It's one of our key foundational movements, and many people utilize this as a great fat loss tool. So just want to make sure that everybody's using it to the best possible value it can. So a couple things that we're going to be watching for when we're doing a proper kettlebell swing. Biggest things, I want to make sure that I'm engaging my core ab muscles. They're going to help me brace and keep my back very straight. A normal posture. When I say straight, I don't mean a straight line. I mean my normal back curve, right? So I don't want to alter or change at all for this movement. I want to stay strong in my normal posture while doing the movement, okay? Second thing that I really think this is the most common error I see is people rely too much on their shoulders to do their swing, when really it's a hip power movement. So core braced and tight, keeping our spine in its normal curve and generating a lot of power from our hips. Those are our two key components here. So I want you to pay attention to those two things while I demonstrate a few reps. All right, so you can see there, I'm generating a lot of velocity into that weight. It doesn't need to look like I'm working very hard right here. It doesn't have to be a tremendously heavy weight, but I want to give 100% effort into that weight regardless of how much it actually is. Effort means a lot in our workouts. You also could probably hear me breathing. I exhale on that hip thrust to generate power, and I inhale as I pull the weight back down. And I do pull the weight back down. I'm not just letting gravity carry it down for me. I'm actively pulling with my lat muscles to bring that weight down. It goes between my knees, not scraping the floor. That's another common error. People have that weight hanging very low and almost drag it across the floor. We want to keep it up here high, right between our thighs, and the ball should come right back behind your hamstrings so that your forearms actually rest on your thighs and you push into them with that initial hip thrust. Now again, this is a great exercise for us to use for fat loss. You'll also notice anybody who deadlifts, this also helps us a lot with that lockout at the top of our deadlift. So it transfers over to a lot of other movements as well. Not to mention everyday activities, picking things up off the ground. We want to be able to generate that power with our hips, not rely on our back to pick things up off the ground. So if you can move with velocity and do it safely, picking up the groceries off the ground is no problem.